Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session based on insecurities or anxiety linked to the idea of losing beauty or losing physical attractiveness. The client that I was working with clearly had a high level of value placed on their looks, and I think that's a very reasonable thing to do because anyone can take pride in the things they value. That could be aesthetics, that could be intelligence, that could be other talents, it could be absolutely anything at all. But this particular client would wake up with anxieties and fears and intrusive thoughts that somehow they were losing that. They would worry about their skin or cellulite or other things, and it would cause really intense anxiety. One of the key things that can happen when anxiety feels very visceral, very real, is a lot of time, energy, and motivation goes into solving the problem. And in this case, it was fixing those concerns or worries. There's an element of truth and validity to any concern, but the key question is it coming from a place of insecurity and anxiety, or is it coming from a place of confidence and empowerment? And for this client, a lot of what they were doing was coming from that avoidance of the consequences of not being worthy. So worthiness at some level was highly linked to their perception of themselves. And they could think of older women that were, let's say, had aged well. If you think of a Dolly Parton, a Cher, they've had aesthetic treatments, but they do look great even though they're older. And that was almost a role model for them in the sense that they wanted to kind of grow older from a place of feeling great and looking great. But they would come to the conclusion that these people weren't doing it from a place of insecurity or anxiety. They were doing it from a place of wanting to do something good for themselves. And there is a way of framing any kind of thing that can lead to a more attractive person. If someone that eats well or exercises or has good, let's say, skincare routines, that can be coming from a place of self-care, self-love, a gift that you give to yourself. And that's really the essence of this hypnosis session. There is accessing a resource state. The person that they felt had a high level of confidence in their body and not using aesthetic treatment was the actress Brooke Shields, who famous for the Blue Lagoon movies of the 1980s, but was older, but decided not to go down that kind of aesthetic and cosmetic surgery approach. So there's different role models that you're going to hear alluded to, designed to activate really empowered states of self-care, self-acceptance, and self-love so that they don't have to change too much of who they are and what they value. That's down to the individual of any person, but coming from a place of positivity and empowerment rather than anxiety and insecurity. If you feel that you're struggling with insecurities about your body, your shape, your weight, your age, anything like that, and hypnosis can be a very good tool to help. There will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore working with me. But for now, you might find this session albeit that it was created for a woman that wanted to release some of those insecurities. Whatever your circumstances are, it might be beneficial for you. So find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a gentle sense of release. Like any stress or tension or worries is just melting away. Feeling like it's leaving your body in that outward breath. And when you breathe in deeper than you normally would. But I want you to imagine you're breathing in a feeling of unconditional self-love and self-acceptance. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a color that represents self-love and a different color that represents self-acceptance. As you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a fusion of these two colors, going in through your nose, into your lungs. But as you exhale, I want you to feel something leaving your body. Any anxiety, any insecurities, any fears, any conditions, and just imagine them leaving your body as a dark, shadowy energy leaving your body in that outward breath, so that when you breathe in, breathing in those bright, vibrant colors of self-love and self-acceptance, and feeling any insecurities, any sense of unworthiness leaving your body, as you imagine that when you breathe in deeper and longer, this is like an emotional transfusion, breathing in the resources your body needs and exhaling whatever's been causing an unsettled feeling of contraction. Try and create that feeling of contraction, and notice that when you breathe in that self-love and self-acceptance, the feeling of contraction melts away. Feel it leave your body in that outward breath so you become more relaxed. Your facial muscles relax, neck relaxes, shoulder, down your arms, just feel a sense of relaxation, but particularly in your core, your gut, torso, stomach. Feel it becoming more and more loose and relaxed as you feel more free. I want you to get a sense at how comfortable and safe you feel right now. And feel that the deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. And the deeper relaxed you become, the more you drift off to a place in your imagination. And allow your imagination to take you to a paradise blue lagoon. And I want you to imagine seeing a young woman, beautiful, there on that blue lagoon. You can tell this woman takes care of her appearance, eats well, exercises. But I also want you to make an evaluation that this woman, while she can appreciate her beauty and her talents, doesn't feel that her worthiness is dependent on them. I want you to imagine that in this part of your imagination, you can speed up time. And just imagine this woman that may be 19 or 20 is aging 1 year every few seconds. And I want you to make the evaluation that their worthiness is static, constant, even though the physical attributes of this woman change. Her worthiness and value does not. In fact, I want you to see a woman that increases her confidence and energy as she ages. As a seed is planted in your mind, that it is a liberating, empowering feeling to feel great, to break the conditions attached to feeling great. I want you to step into that woman at whatever would be your age now, and feel you're not who you are 10 years ago, and yet you can still feel great. Now imagine you're there by that paradise blue lagoon, and find a place to relax, either in the shade or under the sunshine, and start drifting off into your imagination where you see someone you know, someone that oozes self-confidence, someone that still has that self-confidence even when they have no makeup. They haven't had the benefits of a stylist or the latest clothes. I want you to see someone that still oozes that self-confidence by fully accepting they are valuable exactly as they are. Observe them doing something where they have unshakable self-confidence. They have such a high level of self-love and self-acceptance. It would be impossible for them to be made to feel insecure or unworthy. See them doing something that if you were to do the same thing in the past, it would have caused a contraction and anxiety, but see them doing it without that feeling. And when you're sure that they have that quality, let me know by nodding your head. And then rewind it to the very beginning and then step into them. Ignore every other quality they have except this abundant self-confidence and self-acceptance. Feel how it would feel to have that level of self-confidence without conditions. And maybe you call that unconditional self-love, unconditional self-acceptance. Feel how it would feel to have a deep belief that your beauty or worthiness remains steadfast, irrespective of what you choose to do on any given day. And then feel how it would feel for you to have that quality. Feel immune to any looks or judgment. Feel immune to any evaluations you make. Any reflections. Notice the opposite is happening. That you are making an evaluation that you look great no matter what. Feel how good it feels to notice your best qualities. Everything else is filtered out, and you obsessively look for those qualities that make you feel great. It could be something as simple as a smile or an evaluation of your positive energy. Feel how it would feel to really enjoy that level of confidence as you feel that you're letting go of some heavy baggage. Maybe that baggage is a fear that isn't even true. I want you to imagine holding empty bags and start shifting those insecurities, those fears of becoming invisible, becoming abandoned, not desired, not desirable. Search your body for all of those fears and move them from you into those empty bags as those bags start to become heavier and heavier and heavier. Any fears, insecurities, any sense of not being enough, locate the feeling and shift it from you into the bags as the bags get heavier and heavier, and when they become so heavy you can't hold them anymore, let me know by nodding your head. And imagine going somewhere, maybe back to that lagoon, and you throw the bags into the lagoon, seeing them sink into the lagoon as you feel so much lighter now, freer now. Those insecurities, those fears, those conditions are no longer in you. That baggage has been left behind. And now feel how you would feel to just feel great. I want you to get a sense that something powerful is changing. Feel that shift. Feel the shift that you are deeply worthy and valid just as you are, regardless of your appearance. If someone put a mask on you, the kind of makeup that Hollywood movies make to someone look older, does that inherently change your worth? Feel the incredible surge of self-confidence flowing through you, knowing it comes from within, not from how you look. As you acknowledge that you are beautiful, but your beauty is only one part of the amazing person you are. Your confidence shines brighter than any external feature. That unconditional self-love fills every part of your being, giving you the strength to embrace who you are inside and out. Perhaps you could imagine a full-length mirror. But this mirror is special. You only see your positive qualities. See yourself smiling in that mirror that looks remarkably similar to a mirror that you know. As you look at yourself in the mirror, feel that you are deserving of love and respect, irrespective of your age, appearance, or mood. Feel empowered by the knowledge that your worth is not tied to your beauty and that you are free to be your true self. As you look at yourself smiling, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to appreciate your positive qualities. As you acknowledge that you can achieve anything you desire without the need for makeup or external validation, your power comes from within. And as you relax, you recognize that any effort you do make to enhance your appearance is an act of self-love, not fear or insecurity. You enjoy being the best version of yourself, and every step you take towards self-care is a celebration of the amazing person you already are. Feel the freedom to live your life as you wish, knowing that your worth is inherent. It does not depend on how you look. Your confidence grows every day, especially those days that you acknowledge any imperfections, any flaws, and still decide you're worthy. Your value is independent of your appearance. It comes from the deep well of self-love within you. You are worthy of love and acceptance just as you are, without needing to change a single thing about yourself, knowing it's a choice, not an obligation or requirement. As you start to believe that your beauty is enhanced by your confidence, and your confidence is a reflection of your deep, unconditional self-love. As you feel the joy of knowing that your value is infinite, and it comes from your essence, not your exterior. Feel empowered to be yourself. You can like external validation, compliments, without needing them. Look at yourself in the mirror. Decide you are perfect as you are. Now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 50 years from now. Imagine yourself 50 years from now, looking at yourself in the mirror and still deciding you are perfect as you are. Perfect with wrinkles. Perfect with an aged face. See yourself beaming with unconditional self-love and confidence 50 years from now. And even then, you can still choose to enhance your appearance, and it will still be a gift of self-love, a kindness you give to yourself. You are free to express your true self, knowing that your worth is not determined by how you look, and feel that strength, that confidence that comes from within, knowing that your beauty is just one facet of your incredible self. Feel in every cell, every fiber of your being that you are deserving of all the love and joy the world has to offer, simply because you exist. And in doing so, you'll notice that every day you grow more confident in your self-worth, knowing that it is not dependent on your beauty, but on the incredible person you are inside. Feel that those bags of insecurity are still lost in the lagoon, sinking straight to the bottom, and is now replaced with a feeling of freedom, liberation, and playfulness as you imagine how it would be to wake up tomorrow, and the first thought is how lucky you are to be exactly as you are. You will imagine looking at yourself in the mirror, finding those things that you appreciate, admire. Your attention will seek out positive qualities. Insecurities will simply fade away. If it's something you can influence, you could choose to make a change, but it comes from a place of self-love and self-care, not anxiety and tension and stress. And if you could imagine that future tomorrow, let me know by nodding your head. So breathe in that wonderful feeling of self-love and self-acceptance as you feel yourself teleporting back to the present moment, to the here and now, with all of those changes with you. As you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, oozing with a playful sense of freedom and empowerment, that you can maintain high standards from an empowered place of self-love and kindness, and all those anxieties feel that that is no longer you anymore. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.